Boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. Now, what have we learned? The Tom Holland movie of Spider-Man, the third installment, it's always some friction, isn't it? Trying to get the third installment going. I don't know why, but it's always some sort of friction. To me, it makes no sense at all, but there's always some type of friction involved when it comes to Spider-Man. Let's go into the gist of it all together. So, Tobey Maguire has signed off on this appearance in this new Spider-Man 3 film. So has Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield, that was the only thing that was really holding things up. They have a very bad relationship. So, I think they're willing to move past it. And Tom Holland is the only one that's really holding this thing up. But I heard that the Spider-Man, the new trilogy, the third film, is titled right now Spider-Man Legacy. And the only Avenger that's going to be in the movie is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is going to use some techniques. Doctor Strange is going to use some techniques to bring everything to the forefront. So remember all the things that happened and transpired where oh, that's bad. All the things that transpired where his identity was blown. Doctor Strange is going to take him into the alternate dimensions where they're going to fix everything. Because Spider-Man is like an outcast now. He's like the villain in this third film. So this Spider-Man Legacy movie is about the legacy of Spider-Man. What is he going to be? Well, Spider-Man was like outlawed, like it ruined his life once his identity was revealed. Yeah, so now that his identity has been revealed, the only way he's going to be able to fix that with the world is to go through basically a time loop. So we just got the live version for Inside the Spideyverse. You see what was actually teased and talked about, like a multiverse in the last one, Far From Home, with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's nothing like this one here. Spider-Man time heist. Yep. Yeah, what they're gonna Spider-Man Legacy is gonna be Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six. You know, this is what they wanted to build all this time and was supposed to be the third film. So now it's like, look, let's finally get this right. Let's do the Sinister Six and do it in this format where all three Spider-Mans got to come together to defeat the Sinister Six. It's going to be too great for one Spider-Man to handle on his own. Doctor Strange won't be fighting the Sinister Six. They're going to let the three Spider-Mans have that moment. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming, I like a little bit better than Far From Home. I like Far From Home, but not as much as I like the Homecoming. I think it was a lot of in-depthness into the character. Oh, Jay Gyllenhaal. Yes, this is the only reason Jay Gyllenhaal was supposed to be Doctor Strange. He was in the runnings to be Doctor Strange. They tried to get Jay Gyllenhaal to be one of the Avengers when it first started. When it first started, him playing Iron Man was additionally from the very first launch. Tom Cruise and Jay Gyllenhaal. He refused. Then they tried to get him to play Loki. He refused. They wanted Jay Gyllenhaal in the multiverse and to play the superhero parts, but established actors who were busy with work, they didn't want to be attached to a big superhero film that's going to take them all these months to get finished, all this secrecy, and then they basically are held exclusively to this one deal, so they can't move and make another film. And when you beholden to this, it's when you're an actor that's that huge, you know, it's like I can't be caught up in this. The money might be good, but I'm getting paid over here, and then I got freedom. And I ain't got 1,000 screaming fans, some fanatics on my back. Oh yeah, Gyllenhaal was their guy all the way. This was the only script he would take, is because he wouldn't be back. He's like, I don't want you guys to pull some I gotta come back type it in my contract. I'm gonna be free to go do my other movies because I'm not going to be beholden to this character. That's how I knew. I'm like, well, he's not coming back. So if they do a Sinister Six, I don't know, he might come in for a couple of scenes and then he's out. But Jay Gyllenhaal was not going to be in something that wasn't theatrical performing for him, where his character has no basis for what he's doing. It had to make sense for him. He had to be able to act. Well, a lot of this stuff was time looped, and they brought a lot of things back. The first Spider-Man really wasn't that good. It was okay, but it really wasn't that good. The second Spider-Man with Dr. Ock was the best one they made. So far, that's been like one of the best Spider-Mans they made. I like the Amazing Spider-Man. The Andrew Garfield one. He was, like I always said, Tobey Maguire is a better Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. If that makes any sense. When you say Spider-Man 1, I'm thinking you're talking Sam Raimi, the origin story, which they changed and made Spider-Man be able to shoot web out of his hands instead of designing it. They spent too much time about him working at the Daily Planet. They didn't focus more on Spider-Man being a scientist. And this is why I like the Amazing Spider-Man and what they were able to do. They focus more on him and his science. And that's where Spider-Man, his investigative skills and him being a scientist, more than doggone taking pictures and working at the Daily Planet. Worrying about Mary Kay. It's like, dude, you got to understand, Spider-Man was a lot more than that. And they spent too much time on him being Peter Parker, trying to run down Mary Kay all the time. And it was just like, and Harry and all, it was just so boring and ridiculous. But the second one had bite to it because they had a good villain in Doc Ock who had great motivation, explained a lot.
You need a card, sir?
Oh, no, I'm cool. Huh?
You have a mask on.
I got my face shield.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
this
okay.
is good. It's a face shield.
Oh, have a good one.
All right, you too. I'm like, man, my face shield is that good? You can't see I got a face shield on? Y'all can't tell I'm wearing a face shield?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you. The big bottle. The little ones for me. It's gonna save me plenty of time. Only 3 of them. Now, if they go ahead and do it the right way, just give the fans what they want. That's all Spider-Man has to do. Give the fans what they want. They want to see the Sinister Six. They want to see 3 Spider-Mans in there. You already teased it. Now, if it don't happen, fans are going to be real pissed at Spider-Man. And once that happens, it's all over, buddy. It's all over. I mean, that's it. So if you don't do it that way, you've already screwed up, in my opinion. So I wouldn't even go down that road of trying. So which was y'all favorite? Which was y'all favorite one?
Remember to grab your receipt.
Getting things done around here.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you. I ain't even from around here. So you said the Doc Ock villain was your favorite character as far as villains. But what was your favorite movie? That was the first movie to ever take down Star Wars. Was the first Spiderman. It took down Attack of the Clones. Woo! That was Sam Raimi's directing. All that, when he, especially in part 3, where he was looking like the guy from Green Day. Part 3 pissed me off. Too many enemies, and it just wasn't done right. It was just off. First off, Tobey Maguire didn't want to play Spider-Man. So he didn't want to do any physical training. Plus he was injured. he couldn't really do anything because the injury he suffered doing Seabiscuit. He injured his back doing Seabiscuit. And that messed up part 3 completely. So in certain scenes when he's in the suit, he's all fat, then he's CGI'd. I'm like, dude, they got a stunt guy and a CGI guy. All you gotta do is act. Yeah, and Tobey race, man, he just, it's unfortunate for him. He's just a television actor. Transition into being a Hollywood actor. He's just not a likable person. He's a younger version of Jason Bateman. Yeah, it's just like Ashton Kutcher. It's like, look, we know what you're best at. You're best at playing the guy on That 70s Show. But when it comes to acting in movies, you're not it. Some people are just made for television. All right, I got to go in here and take care of business. I'll be out.